And tonight, an Augusta budget deadline is looming, and the stakes reach every corner of the county, from parks to buses to your tax bill.
And commissioners must adopt the 2026 budget before the end of the year. Your City Hood is live for us outside the Augusta Municipal Building in Sydney. The city is staring down a multi-million-dollar deficit. What happened today?
Well, no decision was reached today on this budget, but they still have to figure out a way to address this $21 million deficit. Now, commissioners have approved some cuts to the housing program and the county correctional institution, and they also increased employee health care costs. But even with those cuts there, they still have about $19 million to balance out here. Now, for years, commissioners have kept taxes low, and they've relied on COVID relief funds to balance out their budgets, but now that money has ran out. Time is ticking for them to approve next year's budget, which leaves multiple agencies bracing for potential cuts, like the public library.
This is a must-read.
Inside Augusta's library, stories come alive before books open.
If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too.
Today he is reading the true story of the Three Little Pigs.
And there's Alexander T. Wolf, but you can call him Al.
A story about seeing things from the other side.
If you believe in this city and you're investing in this city, then fundamentally the library should be off the table.
A proposed 10% cut would change everything.
10% of what we get would be roughly $289,000. It's going to be a combination of things: closures and a reduction in staff.
What branches would be at risk of closing?
It would be Diamond Lakes would be the one that would close. So today is a wonderful Tuesday at the headquarters library, and it's story time.
We caught up with Library Director Emmanuel Mitchell in the children's section, where his passion for reading started. To him, budget cuts threaten more than books.
Sometimes you have to go beyond what's written on the paper. We work very diligently for students and our young patrons to fall in love with reading. Reading is not a chore, it's a luxury, it's a privilege.
Director Mitchell says that in Richmond County alone, there are about 95,000 active card users. And at the main library location alone, the one that's off Telfair Street, he says that in one day they can see up to 5,000 people come in and out of that library. The library is one out of 9 outside agencies that could potentially see an up to 10% cut as, again, commissioners work to balance out the 2026 budget before the end of the year.
And city commissioners were supposed to approve the budget today. What happened?
Well, Will, commissioners spent hours today debating on, do they make cuts to certain departments and outside agencies, or do they raise taxes? And again, they could not come to an agreement today, which means that they couldn't completely end today's meeting. They are going to have to resume on Tuesday at 10 o'clock that morning to hopefully approve the budget before they can move forward with any other meetings. I was talking to Commissioner Francine Scott before coming out here, and she's confident that they'll make a decision that day, but she also made it clear to me that she does not support closing any libraries in the county. She emphasized to me how many students in the county rely on the services that they have there, the books they have there, and the internet services as well. And I also spoke to Commissioner Johnson as well after the meeting. He's also confident they'll come to an agreement next week, but he also emphasized to me about how it's not an easy decision for them to make right now for commissioners to decide whether to make cuts here or to raise taxes there. So a lot of tough conversations on the table for them to make between now and next Tuesday, but by law, commissioners do have to have an approved balanced budget by the end of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out next week as, again, they have some tough conversations to have here.